Hello all of you adventurers and welcome back to the channel. We have a very exciting video. It is our first official rifle hunting season in Pennsylvania. I have never shot a 30-30 rifle. I've shot a 22 and a shotgun when I was in my teens, but I'm 30 now and we got an antlerless tag along with our regular antler tag, so we've got twice the chance at getting a deer, and we have been having a lot of ups and downs this season as far as hunting is concerned, and this is our final chance to get a deer on the ground, which, spoiler alert, we successfully do. So my dad, myself, and Riley went to our cabin in PA. We went there for 5 days. The Friday after Thanksgiving, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday we were going to come home either at night, in the afternoon. We hadn't completely decided yet. It really depended on how the hunt went. So Friday we get there, we set everything up, we relax for the first night, and then Saturday is the first official hunt. My dad gets up at the crack of dark, 4 o'clock in the morning, and he sets off up the back of the mountain, while I, on the other hand, decided to sleep in a little bit and plan on going in right around 11 o'clock. I wanted to be in my stand, ready to go. The thought process was, there's a lot of people hunting around us. We already know this. We've got guys that come up and hunt the right side of our property. We've got Mark who hunts the left side. We've got people up the back of the mountain. So my thought was, instead of going in really early in the morning, I would go in around the afternoon time, which is lunchtime for most of these guys. And hopefully they would then push the deer towards me and I'd be ready to go instead of getting up super early. That was the thought anyway, but as I walked into the woods, I saw a doe, which was awesome, but then I also saw something else, and that's where we're going to get to right now. So, as we were walking into our spot, we saw a doe. So I kneeled down, and I was like, I guess I'm just going to have to hunt from here. And I look over, and there's a guy walking straight up the ridge line to, I guess, his spot. It's gotta be one of the older guys that hunts over here. And like I said, wanted to get in here at this time because I was hoping he would bump my deer. But what he instead did was completely ruin my spot. So, this is where we are. We're leaning against this tree. We've got a handful of cover here. And we are just looking up the mountain. It inclines up. And then our house or cabin is right there. Mark's house is behind me, so these deer typically come up this ridge line to go up the mountain and to come down. So I found this piece of plywood and I'm just gonna sit on this to help deaden my sound. And I'm just gonna look for deer. I can't really believe that it happened. But what can you do? We saw a doe. And I can almost bet you that she wasn't alone. She might have just been the only one that I saw. Tomorrow will be an early morning. Try to get in here before those deer and before those guys do anything. But yeah, this is the spot that we're in, so I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled. I got 2 rounds in the rifle. Wish me luck. So I sit in that spot from 11:30 till 2 p.m. I decide I'm gonna go back to the cabin and have a fire, hang out with the dog, and just relax. I'm not gonna hunt for the rest of the night. But around 3:45, I'm sitting at the fire and my brain is just saying, you have to go in the woods. You have to try at least every day as often as you can. So as I'm sitting at the fire, I have this thought in my head from our buddy Gene, which he says, you can't kill a deer from a couch. So at 3:55, I decide to throw on some gear and just walk up the back of the mountain, going up the trail towards the cut downs. as I did, I spooked 4 doe. So I'm walking, I see these deer jump up and start running. I get my rifle off my shoulder, I load a round and drop to one knee, and I fired. My adrenaline was pumping so hard. Those deer took off up the mountain. I looked for another 30 minutes for blood, for sign. I watched those deer go all the way up and past one of our neighbor's properties, his cabin. And I thought, let me go back and take a test shot, because there's so many things going through your head as this happens. And like I said, Friday before was the first time I had ever really shot a rifle. So I go back at about 50 yards, I drop down on one knee, I take a shot, pop the bottle, perfect shot on the target. So I'm excited, but there's a lot of things going through my head because I've been here before. My dad gets back, I tell him everything that happens. We wait it out throughout the night, and then we go back to try to find some sign of blood and then to find our deer. Him and I looked for about an hour. We went 150 yards from where I shot, and we found 3 drops of blood. 3 very small, singular drops of blood in a spot that was about that big. We looked and looked and looked some more, and there was no sign of my deer. I do, however, have the shell right here. This is a memento, and it's going to be a reminder of what could have been and hopefully what will be to come. With no sign of my doe, my dad and I decide to sit about 100 yards from each other, me down in that valley where I first saw the doe, and he decided to sit up by the cut downs. At about 11 o'clock, I see a doe coming down the very top of the mountain. She's way too far for me to shoot, but I know that the direction she's going is in front of my dad. And about 40 minutes later, boom! Rifle goes off, and I start chucking it up the mountain to see my dad. The shot that he took was far, and he went up about 100 yards from where he shot, and he saw the sign of the doe kick off, but there was no blood, there was nothing to indicate that he actually shot her. She didn't even move when he shot. That's 2 strikes for this trip. And at this point, my morale, my brain is trying so hard to bring me down. But I can't let that happen. So we go back to the cabin, we get lunch, we warm up, and we go back out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 3 o'clock. I'm ready to go. Got the rifle hanging up, waiting for my dad. Gonna go set up where I shot last night. And wish me luck. Got the GoPro on my head. I'm bringing the big camera with me this time. I got a camera mounted on this rifle here with some electrical tape and zip ties, because that's what I had. I feel good. I just want a successful hunt. I don't want to shoot any more animals and injure them and then not find them and then not know what happened. There he is. What was it, like 28 today? It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Right, just now.
Good luck, yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Here's my phone, got my phone, binoculars.
If you hear a shot in 15 seconds, you know what happened. Okay. So I'm gonna set up at the base of this tree. It has some natural brush that's fallen right there. I'm gonna lean the rifle and I'm gonna sit against the tree. This ridgeline has a lot of activity. This is where the does were last night. This is the path that they travel quite frequently. 3 rounds in the rifle, 1 in the chamber. I brought a seat pad, waterproof, a little bit of foam in there, so my butt's not cold. I'm gonna put some more sticks here, get this big one out of the way because it's in my shooting lane. The rock wall is 40 yards there, maybe 60 there, so I feel good. I can see this ridge line, so if they come down, I feel good. I just really want today to go the right way. Just please. Please. Okay. Let's do this. There's not a lot happening here. I think I'm gonna move about 80 yards that way. I will give you guys an update. Hopefully a good one soon. Monday morning brings the halfway point of our trip. So I have Monday morning, Monday night, and Tuesday morning to get a deer on the ground. And I am trying everything that I possibly can. I'm sitting in different areas, trying to scope out and look for sign and really put together a good hunt. Tuesday morning, my dad gets up at 6 or 7 o'clock. He asked me if I want to go, and I said, nope. I'm going to stay in bed with Riley and I'll sleep in and I will just happily enjoy this beautiful weather for one last morning. At 8:45, a gunshot goes off and I jump out of bed immediately, and I know it had to be my dad. My first thought is I need to get on some clothes and I need to get out there, so I start grabbing my camo, I throw it over my pajamas, I grab my waist pack and I head to the door, and I hear a second gunshot go off. At this point, the only thought in my head is that was the second shot, that was the kill shot. He shot at the deer at first, hit it, wounded it, and hopefully this is the second shot and it's over, it's a done deal. So I get my stuff and I go out the door. I don't even bring my rifle. I just grab my camera, my waist pack, and I go. And as I get down the steps, a third shot rings off, and this one is close. So I'm freaking out, my heart is pumping, and I head into the woods to find my dad to see what the heck is going on and if he shot a deer. I hope. Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. He's got Riley. Wait a minute. Why is he at the house? Hi, Rye! How did you find Grandpa first?
I got right there, and I caught one sneaking down there. So it took me all that time, and all four were in there. I had to go up.
Did you shoot one?
Yeah.
Where is she?
She bedded down.
Okay.
So it took me.
So they were back near my stand on the hill?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you how we had to do this, because, like I said, and this was still crunchy a little bit this morning, but not bad until you get in the pines, and it's like walking on ice.
Right.
All right, here you go. So I got to here,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
You
I
saw
see it
movement.
way out there. I'm like, oh. So the wind blowing this way. I'm like, I wonder if it's, because that's what they'll do. If you're going this way, they'll sneak you that way.
Right.
All that time.
I almost sat there this morning.
I'm thinking they're feeding
Right.
down through this.
Oh.
Keep your freaking toes.
Come on, Ryan.
Keep going. Turn the product in here.
First shot. Here.
Come on. The first shot I know I hit her.
Okay, good.
All right, because I tell her when she, and then they went down and she was trying to go up the hill. When she stopped,
And then boom.
I don't know, I knew she was going up. I'm trying to find her. I shot again.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And hit this.
Wait. Look what you did.
It's not dead. I missed that deer up there.
That's
So,
okay.
there's
That's
the
where we'll
bark
hunt
on it.
next year.
That's second shot. You know, I ventured to see where the heck she went because I knew she was going up there and stopped and I couldn't see her anymore. In all this, there was 3 or 4 deer that I couldn't see and I was there for a half hour.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah, I'm seeing those little pieces. Well, one of them at least is.
She's in this. We're right on top of her.
And we found her.
What is it?
Our tracker is she's not used to the incline. Over here. Look. Jump. Good job. Oh, look at the deer. Where is it? There it is. There you go. Where is it? And found it. Good girl. Yeah. Good job. Come here. Nice job, Dad. I can't fully put into words how happy, excited, grateful, nostalgic, and blessed I feel throughout this whole year, and especially throughout this hunt. The one thing that I really wanted was a successful hunting trip with me and my dad. It just feels kind of like a rite of passage in my family to get a deer on this land, and even though I'm not the one who bagged and tagged it, I am forever proud and honored to share this memory with my dad. So, cheers to my dad for getting a deer this season. But just so you know, Dad, I'm coming for you next year.